talking. We ain't playing over here at LFG. Haters gonna say, we from LFG, boy. We take you to the moon.
Hello and welcome, folks, to the episode number 18 of Mission Control, where we walk the walk and talk the talk. Today, we're bringing you updates on quite a few things, and I do have Anita with me today. How you doing?
Hey, hello, and welcome, y'all. It's been a while. Miss y'all. Happy to be here. What's new and exciting?
I mean, what isn't new and exciting? Today, we're going to be talking a little bit about Helix. About Helix Games, about Valley. We're also going to be covering a few things for Magneto HR, Metaflora, and a few news articles, one of which Anita is bringing herself, and I have no idea what it's going to be, but I have a feeling it's going to be exciting. Anyway, I see Drink Your OJ in chat. Hello, and
Hey,
welcome.
and how goes?
And we're going to kick things off today with Helix Games, because Helix Games is the game. Sorry. It's one of those days. Helix Games is the game distribution, discovery, and development platform that is going to reach the next 2 billion gamers, and we're hosting weekly AMAs for them at alternating times, but they are happening every Wednesday, with the next one being tomorrow, which is the 4th at 7 p.m. Standard. Tune in for an open conversation on all things Hyper and Helix. Ask your questions and get your answers. And these AMAs are held in the Hyperworld Discord. The link is in the description, so you can go check them out right now. And I know I did just briefly say that Helix is going to reach the next 2 billion gamers and sort of brushed it off. But if you want to know what that actually means, if you want to know what the plan is and how the platform works and all things that go into it, you can check out the previous AMA. It is posted on this YouTube channel, so go ahead and take a look. Now, Anita, how do you feel about Valley today?
Honestly, Valley, I think there's so much cool shit happening with them.
See, you got that exactly right, because there always is something going on with Valley, and this episode is no exception, because you can't have an episode of Mission Control without having like a million things happening for Valley that we need to cover. But we welcome it, we love to see it, and we love to talk about it. So, since last we spoke, a bunch of things happened as always, but we're going to kick things off with the one thing that I am most excited about, because we got news coming from the Big Apple, also known as New York, because Valley won the Web3 and AI pitch competition hosted by Gain Ventures and Fibonacci Capital during the Tech Week 2025 by the one and only A16Z. What this means exactly, we are not sure just yet, because not a lot of details have been released, but stay tuned in the Valley Discord, because that's where all of the updates are going to be happening and all of the news. But it is good to see other people recognize Valley outside of our community, outside of Valley community, and it just gives me hope. And I truly do believe in what Valley is doing, and honestly, I could not get enough of the arcade experience back in the day, and I think I might be catching up now, but I don't think we have time to unpack that right now. So we're going to move on to the next topic of discussion, because a week ago, sometime after the last episode of Mission Control, as it usually happens, Valley had announced their partnership with Barabucks, and they kicked off their nifty campaign that promotes the weekly Valley tournaments that we talked about last time. And the current tournament is going out for Mine. Oh, give me a second. One moment. Let me just fix here a few things. Okay, folks, we're back, and this time I got Anita on screen. Say hello again, so everyone knows that it is truly you,
It's an AI version of me.
an AI
What's up, y'all?
version, a digital double, if you will. I'm seeing a new message in chat from Drink Your OJ. Been playing Valley games between tasks all day. I feel like that's a really good approach because the games are super quick and you would want to play as many of those games as you can every day to get your tickets. But I digress. Let's bring it back to the Bearbucks and their partnership with Valley because again, Valley had kicked off their partnership with Bearbucks with a nifty campaign that promotes the weekly Valley tournaments that we talked about last time, and the current one is mine, all mine. And do make sure to go ahead and sign up for that one. Only takes 100 tickets, and you can play as many times as you want on tournament mode for free. And in the end of the week, the top 10 players will split the entirety of the prize pool. And I've also heard from Evenway himself that Valley is going to be injecting a few thousand extra tickets into these prize pools. But again, I digress. Let's reel it back to the Barebacks campaign because the campaign itself also gives everyone a chance at getting their hands on one of the 10 Valley nodes and also a prize pool of 500,000 tickets. And I guess let's talk a bit about participation so everybody knows how it works because again, it is super simple and straightforward. All you need to do is go to the Bearbucks website, linked in the description, and complete the offered quests for points. And the quests themselves are anything from creating a Valley account to subscribing to their YouTube channel to joining the Valley Discord. And you know the drill, so go take your best shot at the rewards. And additionally, we're going to be running Valley weekly tournament streams every Thursday. Every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tune in for gameplay, conversations on all things Valley, and most importantly, an insane amount of leagues because we have had Johnny himself come on every stream up to date, and I have a feeling he's going to be tuning in into the next one as well. And no one can stop Johnny from sharing with what he wants. He's Johnny, so he shares everything.
I hope he brings the leaks. All of the leaks.
Oh, he brings, not only does he bring the leaks, he also does it in such a fashion because it's almost a rapid fire. There's a lot of information. All of the leaks are super exciting, and it doesn't really give you a chance to sort of grab onto one of them and start prying for information. And I think that's sort of what Johnny's going for, which is why we get like 50 leaks in the same stream. But I'm here for it.
I like that so much.
Yeah, I'm super happy to hear each and every single one of these leagues. But back to the streams. The streams are held here at this channel and also on the Valley Twitch, where most of the activity is. So make sure to check it out over there. And excuse me, I had another media share. I just want to make sure I have it up. There are way too many buttons that I need to press, but we're going to find it. What happened? That's not it. Anyway, so what kind of mission control is it if we don't show you another exciting leak from not leak, another exciting game, because that is exactly what we have over here since the last stream, since the last episode of Mission Control. We got a brand new game, and the game is called Death by Darkness. It is now live in Valley Arcade, and you can start earning your tickets now. Though I do have to warn you, the game is super hard, and I mean that in the best way possible. I took my first shot at the game last week during the weekly stream, and it really captures that super vintage, super windbreaky floppy disky feeling, because it really reminds me of the original Prince of Persia. It really reminds me of this sort of experience and the type of suffering I went through when playing games like Ghouls and Ghosts. And with all that said, Dead by Darkness is has a very special charm about it. The game brings you back to the days of CRT television sets and really captures the bygone era that we all miss. Now, the next topic of discussion is going to be how you can get involved in the Valley ecosystem because there is just about a million things happening. And the first thing you could do, that anybody could do, is start playing the Valley Arcade. You can start earning tickets with their Discord games if you're coming with Absolute Zero. And after that, you can start you can start playing the Web Arcade and earn there. And even Wave and I have demonstrated how many tickets you can earn by playing 1 hour per day. You can check those videos out as well. But another good way to get involved is to pick up yourself a Valley node. Right now, there is a super duper special going because if you buy two, right now you get the third one for free. And we're currently in the last year, in the last 100 or like I think it's 98 nodes that come with the DIY arcade cabinet sets, which means you would also be able to earn at an increased rate with those DIY cabinets that you could launch potentially on your computer or put together an entire arcade cabinet yourself. But since we're talking about the arcade cabinets, let me bring those up on screen because currently you can pre-order a Valley Arcade cabinet which earns at a staggering rate of 5.3 times of the web arcade that we play and use all the time. And the cabinets themselves are made by the one and only Fun Company, and you can also get a discount of $1,000 by using promo code FRIENDS2025, all caps, all together. So go check them out because the arcade might wait, but the tickets won't. And I think
Correct.
I think it's about time I let Anita talk a little bit.
Hey, don't forget if you guys run one of those nodes as well. What was Johnny saying? You get a free round.
Ooh, you want to talk about that, huh?
Remember that? Yeah, yeah. So that's another perk. Go ahead, grab your cabinets. That shit's cool. Make sure that you guys get it into your man caves, wherever you want to put it. It's gonna make you some. It's gonna make you some awesome friends. First of all, you're gonna have some fun nights, and yeah, some bragging rights at the same time.
Yes, and there is a bar. There is a bar very close to my house, and I've had a conversation about potentially getting an arcade there because it would be really cool to place a Valley Arcade machine in a bar and an arcade somewhere near me. Just to have it there to be to be skimming tickets off the top, if that's how that works. but,
He's just joking. He is just joking, y'all.
okay, I am just joking. Anyway,
All right. So, next up, we actually have Magneto HR. So, Magneto HR, the guy that we talked about last time with the whole pretending that he was, was he pretending that he was Japanese? Remember that guy?
the
When
North
they were
Korean
hiring?
spy
Yeah.
pretending to be Japanese to get a
A
position.
Japanese developer? Is that
Yes,
what it was?
yes, to get a position in
Yeah.
like a
So,
leading blockchain security
you
or
guys,
something.
you wouldn't have this problem if, you were working with Magneto HR, right? So, with Magneto HR, the one HR platform that is seeking to streamline the process for everyone involved using blockchain technology. So, if you've tried looking for a job in the last 5 years or so, I don't need to tell you about how much of a hellscape it is for both job searchers and recruitments. Okay. But Magneto HR is exactly what will make a difference for everyone involved by cutting down all the noise and all of that for all the parties involved. And this includes shortening timelines and improving the hiring process. And also, most likely, doing the correct background checks so that you won't get a fraud imitating another fraud. You guys.
Yeah, that seems very important.
Like listening to that story, I was just like, wow, how is this even happening in this day and age? Well, Magneto HR. Magneto HR has got you. Okay. Now you can find all the information on Magneto HR in our description box below. So let's talk about what is new. So just a few days ago, like May 30th, we got a very nifty announcement from Magneto HR. And it's all about their staking program and the magnet liquidity. So Magneto HR is offering APY up to 500% for staking, but that isn't all because you're going to get extra points on their Quest 2.0 system to boost your rewards. So check it out. Maybe you'll be able to get yourself a Magneto HR node and just to support the ecosystem to get those magnet rewards. How cool is that? And at the same time, you're gonna weed out all the frauds. Okay. This story sticks with me so hard because
It is a really insane story.
it blows my mind, like through and through. Like even now, I can't get over it. So Magneto HR, it's the way to go. Don't hire frauds. Make sure they are who they say they are, and everything on the resume, cover letter, all of that. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you don't want to do everything manually, we got a platform for you. Also, what the fuck happened to LinkedIn? Why are there influencers on LinkedIn talking about weird things?
There's influencers on LinkedIn now.
Yeah, that's what I'm still trying to get over. Influencers on LinkedIn talking about the grind culture and how they work through like all kinds of holidays, the birth of their first child, just to be on that grind. isn't that sup-
Interesting.
isn't LinkedIn supposed to be a platform to just interact with professionals, not like, you know, you know.
That's what I thought too, but I guess LinkedIn's become like another like so-called professional Facebook, I guess. So is that what it is now? Oh,
I
that's exactly what Crypto Pheasant is saying. Apparently people treat it like Facebook. That's what I thought too. Like LinkedIn is a professional if you need a job, if recruiters are looking for you, things like that. That's what I always thought it was. And then it started to evolve into Facebook in a way.
Yeah, folks, maybe don't do that on LinkedIn. I don't think monetization works so well. But I think it's time we go on to the next topic here.
All right. What do you have for us that's next? Oh, I see it. I see it.
Yep, yep,
It's Metaflora.
the one and only. So, do you want to do this bit or should I? Hang on.
It's up to you. I can do it if you like. So with Metaflora, I swear I'm not biased, but I am just always so excited when it comes to Metaflora news. Okay, so with Metaflora, Metaflora is always growing at an incredible pace, and since our last episode, we've seen a few things come up into fruition, and they have a new partnership announcement. So, first things first, June 1st, just a few days ago, Metaflora had announced their partnership with Datagram. So, the goal of this partnership is to bring Datagram's decentralized infrastructure to the real world frontier and truly support Metaflora's ecosystem. Now, what this means is powering AI, data, and privacy first systems for one of the most regulated and innovative industries on earth. So simply put, Metaflora brings use cases. Datagram brings the infrastructure to scale it globally. Okay. So Metaflora's the Hotbox sale is also now live, and you can get one for just $10. And every one of these comes with a selection of goodies. Though it is a mystery box, you never know what you're going to get, but the list of goodies is displayed right now. Now, with the list of goodies, where do we find that for display?
You can find all of the information on what Metaflora is doing in their Discord, and link is in the description. There are a few more things that are happening for them that we're going to talk about here very shortly. But as always, the only source of truth and the best place to look for updates on Metaflora is going to be their Discord.
Mm-hmm. All right. So the last time we covered Metaflora and Earthlings music, which was Afterlife OG collection of PFPs, as of today, a little over half of the NFTs have been claimed. And I would like to remind everyone that what makes these PFPs so special. Now, each of these Afterlife OG collectibles earns Flora. There are more than just PFPs up for grabs because you also have a shot at earning the following rewards, which is 100 XRP, Afterlife OG featuring Eminem and Dope Knife track, the Afterlife OG
Introducing the
instrumental track, and maybe even Metaphor
Introducing the
Metaphor
Earthlings Afterlife
Relentless,
OG collection
right?
with
So
very
all
special
these
guests
and all that happening,
and very
so
big
make sure to
rewards.
check out their
We
Discord,
got
which
100
is also
XRP going out to
in
5 lucky winners.
the box below.
We got 2 legacy node giveaways for Metaflora, packed with royalties and revenue that go back to OGs and future collaborations, plus a free airdrop instrumental
Okay,
with full
Fernando,
commercial
I
rights.
hear you. I hear you.
Pre-sale May
It's that
19th,
reaction,
public sale
right?
May
There's
23rd.
so much
Let's build
happening
together,
on
y'all.
that floor. Like they
Introducing the
They're
Earthlings
making this
Afterlife OG collection with
where do I even begin? Like I'm flustered just thinking about all the things that they are capable of doing. So I'm just excited to see it all come to fruition more than anything else. And this is why I'm just like Metaflora. Metaflora, yes! Right? That's the reason why. And it's not because I'm a pothead. It's none of that. It's just because it's so exciting to see people actually put the words into action. Like you can see the ball rolling. And we've been seeing it since the very first time that we've ever spoken to Metaflora. So this is why I'm so excited. I'm excited. I'm not biased. Okay. So, like I said, all of our projects have all of their own little unique things that they bring to the table, especially like Magneto HR. Like, look at what I was saying, right? They're going to do great things and stop like frauds, like, a Korean man posing as a Japanese developer.
Yeah.
You know?
Without speaking Japanese or knowing how to develop much of anything.
Correct.
Imagine like still getting an interview.
Okay, so if they're still getting an interview while Magneto HR has like done the groundwork and they've like sifted through all the bullshit, then that's no longer Magneto HR's issue. That's like a you issue.
Yeah, like if if you use all of the necessary tooling to keep yourself safe and things still happen, maybe like reconsider what you're doing. But I feel like we digress here a little bit because we do have a few news stories to cover, and I think I'm gonna kick this off here.
Let's do
Because on the 15th episode of Mission Control, we talked about Oregon Attorney General Dan Rayfield, filing a suit against the one and only Coinbase, one of the largest cryptocurrency trading platforms in the United States, allegedly violating, because alleging violations of the Oregon securities law. The lawsuit claims that Coinbase promoted and facilitated the sale of unregistered cryptocurrencies to Oregon residents, resulting in substantial financial losses for their investors. And as of now, we have a new development because Coinbase seems to be ready to fight back. All of this is very exciting because what Coinbase is trying to do is set a precedent, and I think I'm just going to get into the details here really quickly. So Coinbase had filed a motion to transfer a lawsuit initiated by Oregon's Attorney General to federal court, aiming to challenge the state's authority in regulating cryptocurrency offerings. The lawsuit, filed in April 2025, alleges that Coinbase offered unregistered securities to Oregon residents, etc., violating state securities law, and Coinbase contends that such matters fall under federal jurisdiction, arguing that unified federal framework is essential for consistent cryptocurrency regulations across the entirety of the United States. This legal maneuver follows the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's recent decision to dismiss its own lawsuit against Coinbase, making a significant shift in federal regulatory approach toward the cryptocurrency industry. And the SEC's dismissal, finalized in February 2025, was part of a broader move to reevaluate its stance on digital assets under the Trump administration. So, the reason they're trying to take this to federal court is because they're arguing that no one state should be able to impose their own laws over the federal laws, and it makes sense. I feel like we should have a single regulatory structure for cryptocurrencies across the country, as opposed to letting independent states figure it out on their own, because we've seen a few misguided attempts here and there, a lot of misinformation floating around, and it would be nice to have something centralized. as opposed to actually I have a perfect segue back to Metaflora. because because cannabis industry, if anything, they showed exactly what kind of issues you're going to run into if you allow each state to independently enforce and create legal frameworks for something. And it's not necessarily fun. None of it is intuitive. It's super difficult. It doesn't work the way it's intended to work, and some of it just outright doesn't make any sense. So maybe a federal framework would work better as opposed to a state one. How do you feel about that?
I don't know. Honestly,
Are
I think
you
everything should be given at least like a year or so to find out, like, just to see how everything works out and then, assess again. Has it been about a year?
I mean, the original suit was filed in April 2025, and the reason I feel like it's misguided because they list a few cryptocurrencies in the suit, and one of the currencies is XRP, and if XRP is unregistered cryptocurrency, that like that led
Mm,
to
yeah.
substantial financial losses for investors being Oregon residents. It just doesn't necessarily feel like it's done in goodwill. Doesn't feel like it's done to protect Oregon residents after all, because I don't see anybody going out there and like trying to swing bats and set fire to companies with penny stocks that are selling just garbage, right? It,
Yeah.
so maybe a little less knee jerk reactions, a little more research before we do this type of thing, Mister Dan
I
Rayfield.
think that is very important, just to do your own research, right? And I think that goes with like everything and every token, every project, every pretty much everything. Like, y'all need to do your own research, not just like listen to word of mouth from other people, because, that's how rumors start, that's how gossip starts. And like, if you don't do your own research and you just go off of word of mouth, you're just as full of shit as the last person that spread all their shit over to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you're buying a token just because it has a funny name, maybe it's not a sound financial investment. But
Yeah, like that is
allow me
not
to
good
flash the
advice.
disclaimer on screen really quickly. Um, Here you go, folks. The content in this video is for informational and entertainment purposes only. Nothing in this video should be considered financial, investment, or legal advice. The views and opinions expressed are those of the speakers and do not necessarily
Strictly our
reflect.
own.
Yeah, and do not necessarily reflect those of any affiliated entities. Always conduct your own research before making financial decisions. Investing in cryptocurrency, stocks, or any other assets carries a risk, and you should consult a professional advisor before taking further action.
Correct. And again, you guys, do your own research, right? Don't just read things on the internet. Not everything on the internet is true. Okay? Do your own research and form your own opinions. Very important.
You would think, right?
You would think. At this day and age, you would think that people are a lot smarter than they seem. But I think that, that statement just finishes its own
No,
little thing
I mean,
there.
honestly, at the same time, all of the scam artists and all of the stuff they do is just A, too good, and B, way too consistent, way too persistent. And you really need to know sort of what you're interacting with and what you're looking at in order to spot them. Because I get a text from a BMV or Florida DMV about unpaid tolls like a few times a week. I don't even drive in Florida anymore. But they look legit, they seem legit until you look at the address they're coming from. But but I digress.
Well, that actually reminds me of all of the bank accounts with all of these banks that I've never opened up accounts with. And they keep telling me, like, hey, we're going to stop your bank account from this. And hey, you just won like 1.2 million on this bank account, or you owe money on, I guess, this utility bill. And I'm just like, I have never registered with any of you fuckers at all.
Yeah, exactly.
So how are you stopping my checking account, first of all? Second of all, I was not aware I was banking with any of you. And third of all, like I've never been with you as a phone company, so I'm not quite sure how this all happened. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and click these links because they're not suspicious at all. You guys, be real with yourself, okay? Think logically.
Yeah, let's be
Like half of
serious.
it, all you have to do is just say it out loud. And if it doesn't make sense, most likely it's because it's not real and it's not true. And if you're dumb enough to fall for it, I'm really sorry. You might deserve what comes after. Okay?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Drink your OJ brings a very important point. Do quality research. Maybe don't just read the AI generated Google blurb at the top. Maybe like check the sources
Also,
and
look
whatnot.
at the address that they're sending it from. Like if it's like telus.net.grandma, that's probably not like a legit telus thing or whatever provider you think you're getting a bill from. Okay, like look at the addresses.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Also, Crypto Pheasant, you most definitely should not be responding to those messages, but I assume you're a grown ass person. If that's what you want to do, go ahead. Do let me know how that pans out, but I wouldn't.
And drink your OJ. Scams are not legal unless there's something I'm not aware of. What scams are legal?
Probably depends what you classify as a scam. Because, like, McDonald's dollar menu is not really a dollar menu anymore.
Oh, that reminds me of KFC's Toonie Tuesdays. They lie now. There is no Toonie Tuesdays.
What
It's
the
like
fuck's a
$2.49. That's not a toonie. That's $2.50, yo.
What's
Like, bruh, don't lie to me.
Oh, that might have been the most Canadian thing I'll hear today. What the fuck's a
Toonie
toonie?
Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Dude, okay, so this is what it was. Back in the day, KFC had two pieces of chicken along with a small fries, and it was all for $2, as in like the $2 coin. That's it, plus GST. So it would come up to like, I don't know, 215 plus GST. No, 205. I lied. I can't math. Maybe. And yeah, it used to be just like $2 and a little bit and like, a little bit of change. But now it's $2.50 or like 2.49 or 2.99 or something, and they're still calling it Toonie Tuesdays. It is not a toonie. Don't lie to us. Toonie is a $2 coin. Okay. You need more than a $2 coin now. Like, don't lie to me. I am not going to support KFC just for that because you ruined Toonie Tuesdays for me.
What is up with you guys north of the border and like making all of the names of things like very cartoony?
Like a toonie?
Toonie for like
And our loonies?
for $2, like Mountie for like the
Our Mountie police?
yeah
Like the RCMP?
yeah Mountie. I don't see the equivalent in the United States looking kindly on being called like
You know what?
Hillies,
You
not
guys don't
Mounties.
have anything like that, do you, in the States? Because, yeah, anything outside of the city would be the RCMP. And then anything inside the city. So, for example, like EPS is like the Edmonton Police Service, right? So that would be everything inside city limits. And then the RCMP is anything outside of city limits. So if you're like a small county or whatever it is, that's all RCMP territory.
So they're like forest ranger cops type of thing.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah.
Why is everything
They're like
so
the highway
backwards,
patrol.
guys? Why is everything so backwards, guys? Also, apparently, Crypto Pheasant is also Canadian.
He is very Canadian. Hi,
should,
Crypto
You
Pheasant.
should see the color of our money. I've seen it. It's
What
all the
color
colors.
is our money?
It's all the colors. And when you scratch the Canadian dollar bill, does it smell like maple syrup?
We don't have a dollar bill anymore. Actually, I don't think we ever had a dollar bill. Did we have a dollar bill?
What the what? What do you guys
We
do?
had a
with-
loony. A loony.
my
Okay, I
fucking
know
God.
you were
What's
like,
a
what the fuck is
loony?
wrong with your guys? Okay, so a loony is a $1. A toonie is $2. We have a $1 coin and we have a $2 coin. Okay.
So no $3.
And I think they got
coins.
rid of the I think we had a $2 bill. Was it a $2 bill or was it a $1 bill?
Canada
I think we had $2 bills,
dollar
honestly.
bill.
It was a $2 bill. And I think at some point, whenever they got rid of like the $2 bill, is when they came out with like these little toonies. And I
That
think I was
is-
like in elementary or junior high or something when this happened.
That is wild. So your money starts at 5.
Yeah. Our paper money starts at 5.
Yeah, and Crypto Pheasant is absolutely right. It is all loonies and toonies.
Yeah. Yeah. We just sound like crazy people now. We're trying to pay with loonies and toonies.
Yeah. I mean, whatever works for you guys. Y'all seem to be managing fairly well. Y'all got all the maple syrup. You got poutine.
Yeah, we do.
Now,
We
what
do.
else would you want? Seriously.
What else do we want? Well, I want KFC to bring back Toonie Tuesdays correctly.
Uh. Okay. All right. So, do you want to talk about your crazy story now?
I do. Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah. Do
Are
you
you
want me
ready?
to pull up the image of the
All
laptop
right.
bandit?
Pull up the limit. Pull up the
Okay.
image.
All right.
So, what it is it's a crypto horror story, and this happened. It says May 6th. Okay, so like almost a month ago. So listen to this: an Italian crypto investor, Michael Valentino Teofrosto. I think I'm saying his name wrong. It's okay. But worth about $30 million arrives in New York City, and he's lured under the pretense of reclaiming stolen Bitcoin from his former associates. Okay.
Oh my god, man.
So this guy is held captive for about 17 days in a luxury Soho townhouse by John Waltz, dubbed the crypto king of Kentucky, and William Duplessis. During this period, he endures physical abuse. Okay, so he gets his ass beat, he gets electric shocks, and he's being hung over a staircase. Okay, and he also gets psychological torture, threats to his family, and forced drug use. Okay,
Oh
and
my
all of
God.
this for his seed phrase. Yeah. So this guy escapes and alerts authorities, and the police arrest Waltz at the townhouse. So Duplessis surrenders to the police. They both face charges including kidnapping, assault, and unlawful imprisonment. Okay. So located on Prince Street, the townhouse was rented for up to $75,000 a month. Now inside, what they found were weapons and ammunition.
75,000?
75,000 per month. Yeah. Weapons and ammunition, okay? Drugs and paraphernalia, and Polaroid photos documenting the entire abuse. Think of that. Like, how crazy is that? Like, okay, first of all, if you're going to do a crime, don't fucking document it. That's proof. You know what I mean?
Stop.
Like, that's fucking incriminating. Like,
Listen. I know the story is crazy, but who out there in their right mind
drink your
rents-
OJ? You're absolutely right. They made him smoke crack. They did. They did. They fucking cut him with like a saw and shit. Like
Oh my
these dudes, I
God.
heard that they actually peed on him too. And this is why I was like, do you have a picture of R. Kelly?
She did ask that. I just did not want to put a picture of R. Kelly up on
Like
her stream.
I was like, listen. I told Sinister in the very beginning, like I was like, I have a story for you, but I'm not gonna tell you what it is because I want your blind reaction. He's like, okay, is there like a picture that you want me to throw up? I'm like, do you got like a picture of like R. Kelly? And he's like, no, I don't want R. Kelly on my computer.
I
But
don't want
this
R.
story
Kelly
is
anywhere. Right?
wild.
It is.
Do you understand the type of things that people are willing to do for money?
I mean, to be
Like-
honest with you, it's kind of wild that he just like kind of fell for it in the first place. But the place they held him at, I'm looking at a news story, and I'm guessing this is from like a local news station, because judge denied bail to the crypto investor charged with kidnapping and torturing a man in New York City posh townhouse.
Mm-hmm.
It
So
does
you wanna
look
hear
like a very
something that's
nice
wild
townhouse. Sure.
With
sure.
this, They said that the NYPD has involvement in this. So, two NYPD detectives, including one of Mayor Eric Adams' security detail, are under investigation for connections to this case because reportedly, one of them actually transported them from the airport to this townhouse.
How much?
So, bitch, you are not safe anywhere. It doesn't matter who is on your team. If you're rich, if you got a bunch of shit hidden, keep your mouth shut. You know what I mean? Like, this is wild. This is wild. Like, the role of trust and betrayal in digital finance. Like, you can't trust anyone these days. This is fucking wild.
It is pretty crazy. Did they ever say how much money they were talking about?
How much was it worth? Let me see if I can find this.
It does look like a very nice brownstone, to be honest with you. Not, I wouldn't pay $75,000 a month for it, but it looks pretty nice.
Like, I'm trying to look up how much it was worth because, like, honestly, wild.
Okay, so at the hearing Thursday, I'm guessing that was.
Oh, did you look it up?
Oh, that's just the one that came up when I looked it up. So at the hearing Thursday, I'm guessing the 22nd. An attorney for Waltz required his client to be released on a $2 million bond, citing his lack of criminal record, philosophy degree, and professional accomplishments, but the bail was denied. Dude has a philosophy degree, and he's out there with like
Listen,
a
I don't
propane
think
torch.
it matters. You know what I mean? Like, if it's that bad, you're honestly torturing someone. You're making them smoke crack, okay? You have kidnapped them. I don't give a shit what your credentials are. I don't think there's leniency because you don't have leniency for the dude that you just kidnapped.
Yeah, like 17
You know what I mean?
days is a
Like,
little
that's
much.
yeah. Like, I'm sorry. That's no, you're not going out on bail. How do we know that you're not going to do some of that shit all over again?
Yeah,
Or like,
you're
I
staying
don't know.
right here. Matter of fact,
Exactly.
we're locking you up and we're throwing the key away.
Yeah, like that's wild. Like, first of all, sir, I know you wanted some money, but that money was never yours. Don't try and steal it from someone. And if you got caught, you kind of have to own it, you know?
And
You did it.
It's wild. So I'm gonna read from the article here. A search of the townhouse turned up drugs, a saw, chicken wire. Makes sense so far, right? You're with me. All of that makes sense for kidnapping and torturing. But then body armor, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then night vision goggles. For I'm not sure for what. Maybe they were like scaring them in the dark. Who knows?
Maybe he had like all the lights off because they're like, hey man, they can't see our face. If you can't see our face, you can't identify us. And he's like, well, bro, we need to be able to see him. So maybe that's why they had like night vision goggles.
Dude, I gotta say, credit where credit's due. Dude didn't crack after 17 days. Though it would be really funny if the dude just never remembered his seed phrase.
I mean, okay,
Because who
as dumb
remembers
as
the
this
seed
sounds,
phrase?
do you remember your seed phrase?
I don't.
Because I hella don't.
I don't. Like, how am I supposed to remember 12 words that are just picked randomly with zero connection between
You
them?
know, unless you're Eminem, because you know you're a rapper and all this shit just like stays in your head. I don't think anyone's remembering their seed phrase, to be completely honest. And you
maybe there
shouldn't
was
remember
a
your seed phrase because that shit not safe.
yeah, maybe there was an issue with their plan in the first place. Like they poke him with a propane torch, ask him for the seed phrase, and he's like, "Oh, it's like back home in Italy." And they're like, "What is it? What are the 12 words?" He's like, "I don't know. We don't trust you." So maybe
Yeah, like
maybe
how?
think your plan through before like going through with torturing a dude for 17 days.
Yeah, like okay, this is do not take any of this into account. You should not kidnap people and do this either. But like, it would have been a smarter plan if they had like one person back at home in Italy, you know? And then one guy
Anita
with him.
with Ocean's like what Ocean's 15 at this point.
You know what I mean? Like it makes more sense if you thought all of this through. And again, Like anything that you plan, say it out loud. If it doesn't sound smart, it probably doesn't, and it probably never was. Like logically thinking, you guys, how does any of your plans make any sense? Like you're just gonna kidnap him? You think he just remembers all of his fucking seed phrases? Maybe he has like 9 wallets. How do you know he remembers all of those?
I mean, who
How do you know
doesn't
like
have 9 wallets at this point?
exactly? And where are you gonna put your seed phrase? Again, in John Wick's safe underneath the concrete. We talked about this.
Sure shit not bring in any of my seed phrases when I travel. Seriously.
Exactly. That's what a fucking bank account's for. You don't need your seed phrases. You deal with that shit when you get home.
Insane. Honestly, just insane.
You see, this story was fucking wild, and I kept scanning our notes to see if you had this story, and I was like, oh, thank God you don't. Thank God you don't. And I was looking through it.
No, I do have another story since we have a little more time
Ooh.
here before we run up on the hour. And the amount of Bitcoin they were torturing a man for 17 days for has nothing on what German government did in 2024 because
Ooh.
in the summer of 2024 the German government sold approximately 49,858 Bitcoin seized from the movie 2K piracy case, generating around $2.89 billion US dollars, the green ones, at an average price of just 57.9 thousand per coin. Now, at the time, Bitcoin was trading at almost 58,000. However, by May 2025, as you all know, Bitcoin's price has surged over $104,000, meaning that the same holdings would be now worth approximately $5.24 billion. Just,
Ouch.
guys, you could have held on to at least some of that. Like, seriously.
Oh,
Just dumping $50,000 worth of Bitcoin. I mean, 50,000 Bitcoins is just a little wild, but guys, you're supposed to dollar cost average.
oof.
Because at this point, you're just gambling. You're better than that. You're the German government. But
I feel like, as horrible as this sounds, I feel like the kidnapper should have just gotten to cahoots with the German government instead.
yeah, like advise them, right? A little bit. So, anyway, the decision to sell was driven by legal requirements mandating the liquidation of seized assets to prevent potential losses due to market volatility. The Dresden Public Prosecutor's Office emphasized that enforcement agencies are prohibited from speculating on assets' values and must act to preserve value of ongoing criminal proceedings. So, I mean, a bunch of red tape. I get it. All of it makes sense. Once it's seized, it probably should be liquidated immediately. But missing out on over $2 billion worth of, Bitcoin kind of hurts. Crypto Pheasant also, they couldn't even hold. Yeah, because of all the red tape they set up, they couldn't hold onto the tokens. They did have to dump them. Again, I get it, but still kind of super sucks. So the rapid sale of such a large amount of Bitcoin contributed to the market volatility, with prices dipping during the liquidation period. However, Bitcoin's price rebounded after the government's wallet was depleted, alleviating concerns about further selling pressure. Critics argue that government could have maximized returns by timing the sale more strategically. Some, like crypto analyst Michael van de Poppe, suggest that the remaining Bitcoin worth approximately 300 million would likely be sold soon, potentially impacting the market even further. This situation highlights the challenges governments face in managing digital assets while balancing legal obligations with market dynamics. All of it is super complicated. I imagine a lot of this doesn't make a lot of sense to people in charge making these decisions, and a lot of the laws and rules and everything set up prior that applies to actual securities, not currencies, does not apply to whatever happened in this case. But again, folks, German government lost over $2 billion because they couldn't stand up a framework that would work for cryptocurrencies, is what it sounds like to me. Am I biased? I'm super fucking biased. Probably like everyone else listening to this call. But in what world dumping 50,000 Bitcoin? 50,000 Bitcoin in such a rapid fire succession makes any kind
50
of sense.
thou. And then after to have the price increase 100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, good job. Good job. I feel like this is one of those play stupid games, win stupid prizes issues.
Drink OJ says it's wild to me that governments still don't get the stuff. Yeah, it's kind of wild that they try to. I mean, we can talk about this all day. Currency is different from securities, etc., etc. Cryptocurrencies did not have to be treated differently from any other currencies, etc., etc. And now it's time to play catch up. Damn it. Sherman, the next time you see 50,000 Bitcoin, you better not dump it all on the same day. Okay? Otherwise, I'm going to talk about this more. Because you could have had $5.24 billion, but you only got 2.3. Anyway, I think
like, as much as I want to make fun of the government, I'm not going to just because it's the government.
Big Brother's watching. I get it.
Absolutely. Just because I'm in Canada doesn't mean I'm safe, you know?
Anyway, I think that's all the news for today.
Yeah. So I think next time in like 2 weeks, I would really like for you to bring something very blind, like a blind news story for me
Something
too.
like absolutely crazy.
Oh yeah, because I think a segment like this is quite fun because like you're listening to it for the first time and you're like, what?
It's honestly, there's probably going to be a Law and Order episode about the story you just covered.
Most likely, because it's wild. Like, who in the right mind comes up with half this shit on their own? They don't. And at the same time, they didn't even plan correctly. You know what I mean? Like, I want to almost give them credit, but at the same time, like, y'all didn't think your shit through enough. I feel like they got high or something and they were desperate and they just sat down, talked to each other half drunk, and then they're like, yeah, man, let's do it tomorrow.
I mean, to be honest with you, like, that's just what guys do. Instead of like planning shit through, they're like, we'll figure it out when we fucking get there. They got there. Spoiler alert, they did not figure shit out. And now they're in jail for a good fucking reason.
Yeah. Like, guys, just don't commit crimes.
Yeah,
okay?
Don't be doing dumb shit like that. Come on.
Correct. It's not worth it.
Go mine some Bitcoin. You can mine it for free. Is it going to be long, painful, and difficult? Yes. Is it going to be legal?
Not even
also
that, like,
yes.
Do something useful. Like, if you want to make some money, come up with something that nobody else has come up with. Like, if you're going to use your brain stupidly anyways, make a dumb app. I don't know. You never know. It might catch on because it's just as stupid as everyone else's thoughts, and then it might blow up. You never know. Do something else. Don't rob people.
I'll do you one better. Instead of doing all of this crazy stuff that we had just talked about, what you could do is you could make a game on the Helix platform, because the Helix platform offers optimal discovery experience, and also it connects developers with influencers and with the people directly without having to interact with any with any middleman. As simple as it gets. Make a cool game, publish it through Helix platform, get people's eyes on it, get influencers' eyes on it, all in one place without having to interact with a million different platforms, with a million different middlemen. Because imagine spending like, I'm gonna say half a decade developing a game and then like trying to figure your way out through a million publishers. Because I don't imagine that's a fun experience. Anyway, if you want to learn more about Helix, if you want to learn more about Hyperworld, join our AMA tomorrow, which is happening on the in the Hyperworld X Helix Discord, and also on this on this YouTube channel. But again, if you want to interact with the hosts, if you want to interact with the Hyper folk, with the Helix folk, make sure to be in the Discord, and the link is in the description. And I think that's about all I've got for today. Anything else, Anita?
Nope, that's it for me too. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And we will see you guys again in 2 weeks. Bye.
Okay, bye.